It's mad. I see so many people from like the DJ days, like just on posters, like with the group of us that were all kind of coming up. Like I just see them on posters here now all the time. They're coming through. It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know Odin and Fatso as well? They had that
No.
song Lauren, went like #1 or stuff. You'll know the song because it was #1 like maybe, a few years ago. But yeah, we were in like the group that was
Yeah.
coming up around COVID time, and it's just sick to see them all flying now. Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
How deep were you in that world?
Fucking all in, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, all in.
Wow.
That was it. That was life. But it was. I was chatting with one of the guys at the weekend. Actually, it's not sustainable. You have to have the drugs. It's fueled by the party, and then the parties are fueled by drug dealers. That's how the whole scene's set up. It's all it's set up on drugs. All the money comes from drugs in that scene.
Yeah.
Like who puts up capital for a party? A drug dealer. Like the person who does it, or a festival. Drug dealers, and then they run the events, and it's just drug heavy everywhere. So that's one of the reasons I was out. It's just yeah.
Hectic. So life's been a lot different since then.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That was like 3 years ago.
Fuck, it's not that long ago.
No, 3-4 years ago. I think 4 years ago I was pulling myself out. Went more into the education side. So I was there's a company called Syntho Hub. I was head of education there.
Yeah.
Where it's basically teaching people how to make electronic music. Cool. That was kind of one of the routes into the info world through that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like a brief kind of rundown because you have a teaching background as well, right?
Yeah. So
was that whilst the music was happening, or was it before?
Yeah, it was all sort of overlapping. So it was music first, always, of course. But then I came back to the UK. Grew up in Cyprus in the music scene from like a young age. Then came back to the UK. I was trying to break into the scene, and then at the same time, I was like, I need to do something. So I just picked teaching because my parents were teachers, and what do they say? Those who can do, those who can't teach. So I went into teaching. Oh. Yeah, I know. There's some elements of truth to it, but then if you have done and then teach, then that's good. But it's like, if you just do teaching, so take me as an example there, really what value am I adding more than a kind of very well paid babysitter? Because I hadn't been out in industry and I'm teaching these kids about X, Y, and Z. Yeah, I can teach you how to use certain things, but in terms of real life experience, what am I actually able to transfer to them? I think I was actually able to transfer something because I was doing things outside of education, but most of the people within teaching aren't doing that. They've been in the system, they went further into the system to go back into the system to tell people about the system. Like,
It's a self-serving system.
Yeah. And they just can't, they've got blinders on, which you can't see out of it. So that's kind of the background. But yeah, music and teaching parallel, and that's where the name Tom Spark came from. It's not my actual name. I just roll with it now because that's what everyone knows me as. But it's because I was gigging in the city where I was also teaching, and obviously I couldn't have my name on any flyers, events, or etc. So I needed an alias. And just kind of rolled with that.
I've got a friend who had to do the same. He was a primary school teacher, had to change his name and everything. Couldn't find him for a while. Where's he gone?
It literally changed the government name.
Yeah.
There's a few reasons, right?
There's a new group in Ireland called Kneecap. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yeah.
And they're quite a controversial rap group because they're rapping in Irish about the history between the UK and Ireland.
Yeah.
But the guy who was their DJ, who took the two boys basically and turned them into superstars, he was a teacher as well. And that's why he wears the balaclava. So he's named DJ Pro V, and they put a balaclava on him for the first ever gig because he didn't want anyone to know that it was him, even his own missus. Yeah. It's in a documentary that they've done, but it's so super cool.
That's cool. Yeah. There's two scenes that go hand in hand: education with kids, and then dirty nightlife, UK anarchists.
100%. So pardon the pun, but what was the spark then to want to leave that scene and do what you're doing now? What was the kind of big moment for you?
Yeah, well, it's all very natural. So my first business, I didn't know it was a business, but I was coaching people online, how to make beats, because I got very good at music production. My master's was in it as well. So I was able to teach people how to make electronic music, and I had a wide range of musical ability as well. So I was actually helpful for people trying to get into electronic music. I literally would put up 1 hour video a week, and I had a Patreon link, and I wasn't even using, that's the payment processor, and then I put everyone into like a private Instagram channel. Like I had no idea how to set anything up, but it worked, and I like doubled my teaching salary, taking 1 hour a week to just make a video and making beats. And I was like, huh, okay, well, this makes sense. So I kind of like doubled down on that, which was awesome. And then so I was more fully in the music scene, and then I also took up some work working with big DJs and artists, kind of doing some of their back end management stuff, talking to like Spotify, the stores, all of that, a bit kind of like release management stuff for them. So I was at the same time doing a record label as well. So there's a few things in the music industry. And as we said, music industry got a bit stale, or a bit kind of toxic. But yeah, I was kind of in the info world, and I worked with Josh Baker along the Syntho Hub. And I was like, okay, this info space is awesome. And I'd been doing a bit of kind of almost just all sorts of coaching. I was just happy to help anyone and send them a Stripe link, essentially. But I was really in that state of like believing in myself, because I quit teaching this. I was like, I'm traveling the world. I can work from anywhere. This is awesome. So I was in a very positive mindset. And a lot of people would ask me about that sort of stuff, particularly artists as well, actually. Because what happens with a lot of artists is they have a big win, single goes off, they get a lot of recognition, and then their next few singles don't do as well, for example. So in their mind, they're like, things are going down, but really they're making progress. It's just they've made the progress like this. So there's a lot of mindset things that come in the music space, and a lot of drugs that are available that can make that kind of accelerate downhill. So so I was kind of doing a bit of mindset coaching, and then I was learning about the info space, was working with a obviously big education company. So then I was like, right, I'll do this for artists or creatives. So I was like, do you want to go full-time online with your art, with your music, whatever it is? And then I taught them how to make businesses online, education businesses, and just got really into that and found that very, very satisfying. And the most satisfying thing for artists actually was, or creatives, you get them to 2, 3, 4K a month, and they're over the moon. They just can't believe it. Like, you know, in the entrepreneur space, we're like, right, we'll hit the 10K first. Okay, let's get to 30, and then we're up to 100. Like, and we kind of 10K a month, we're like, okay, like what's going wrong? But for someone who just loved their craft, getting them a full-time income from their craft was just everything and more. They didn't need any more. I was like, we could probably scale this if you want. And no, this works. I'm happy. Thanks. This is just the best thing ever.
Yeah. As long as they're not a starving artist, they're happy, right?
Yeah. They feel so abundant, because they've always been told in that industry is like, you'll never make money from your
hard or cool. What do you feel like was the biggest mindset block for those types of people, or something you noticed a lot that you had to help them get over?
Yeah, I think it's the selling. It's always the selling. But what I would always say to these people, and you're just giving people an opportunity to get closer into your world and your expertise and your environment. So all you have to do is just set up the path for them to get there. And then the reframe of that is, don't sell anything, fall in love with your product, with what it is you do, and then sell your love. So I would always try, and for artists, that was really, really helpful. It's like, all you're doing is communicating your enthusiasm for a particular topic. People already want your thing. You just have to have the door that they can walk through to kind of get that thing. And I would kind of almost take the whole sales thing out of it. It's just, people want what you have, just give them the option to get there. We do it through a call. Here's a structure of how you might run this call. But it's kind of taking that sales aspect out of it was big for people. Because once they're talking, because you'll feel this as well, you can listen to anyone speak about something they're enthusiastic about. Someone was telling me about match betting at our last mastermind, and how they've made, I've never been into betting. I've never really been into horses or greyhounds or whatever. But I listened to them for an hour and a half, tell me about how it's changed their life and how they do it. It's fascinating. You just listen to see if someone's enthusiastic, they love their product, you'll listen, and that's all you have to do online, really.
That's huge, isn't it? Just changing a word, or take a word out, or flip a perspective on what it even is. You know, we often have to help our people with that. I don't want to sell. In our what people we used to help with, primarily hair people, it's like they kind of fall into the artist category as well. Oh no, I don't have to sell anything. It's like, you kind of are. You're always selling something. But if you can change the perspective on what it is, if you truly have something of value for someone, like you're solving a problem or you're creating a feeling. Like that's when if I think, oh, if I was helping a music artist, how would I help them to understand it? It's like you're really selling the feeling, and feelings are kind of priceless.
Yeah.
I think it's just a great thing for the world.
Yeah.
You know, and if it's your livelihood is how you get to live, why shouldn't you be paid to do that? You know, so it kind of flips the perception of what. Yeah, you're not a salesperson as such, but if you want to make a living from what you do because you think you have a gift for the world, it's like you're gonna have to get money somehow. And the people who are consuming your stuff are the people who have money. So there has to be a flow somehow of their energy to you.
What do you think that is with the artists? Like, because they know they're good at what they do, like even barbers as well, like they know that they're good, but there is always those blocks around like receiving more. Do you think it's because a lot of people who get into these industries are, if you're going to be an artist, if you're going to be a musician, a barber, you're going to have some level of perfectionism, which maybe means you're always focusing on what's not good enough. And then when it comes to you, and you're always probably looking at, I don't know, your idol, like, well, I know we did that. I don't know, what comes up for your guys?
Yeah, I'll speak from my perspective. So I think in that world, in the perfectionism world, there must have been some sort of conditioning when we were young, that what you do is what you tie your self-worth to. So getting really good at a thing, a lot of people think just do the work and let your work do the talking, you know, which is part of the story. I fell into that trap. I thought, let me just get really good at this thing. Let me prove to everybody how good I am at this thing, you know, and put all my perfectionism into that thing, because there was probably a part of my conditioning that thought, well, you have to prove to the world through the thing that you do how good you are at things, and then you'll get love, and then you'll be worthy, you know. And then the thought of actually selling something to someone, it's like, what? Like, it's not really in that equation, you know. It's like hands off, like, let me just do the thing so good and just pray they get it. There's almost a little bit of self-sabotage baked in there as well, in a way.
Yeah, my belief on it is that it stems back to like our conditioning and our patterns from like when we're young, like going through the schooling system, for example. Like there's never any talk of like outsized returns or asymmetrical returns or getting more than what you give with your time, for example, right? So it's like every hour is worth something. And in the kind of like class that most of us come from, outsized returns didn't really exist. And it was for the anomaly. It was for the person who just got lucky or was born into wealth, or, you know, you'll hear all this shit all the time, like daddy's money, or that's because their family are rich, or X, Y, and Z. So like we're never encouraged to look at our stuff or our work like that until we become aware of it. So like we meet somebody, you know, the mentor shows up or the guide shows up and shows us that something else is possible. I think that's where it comes from with a lot of barbers, and artists even are the same. They're tying it to like an hourly rate on a supermarket job or something. You know, that's how they've learned to work and to make money, because they think, oh, well, that's how you make money. That isn't, you know, like work and passion and love and the virtue of what you share in your life are different things. They're separate. They're in separate categories. And that's like why I resonate so much with Dan Bolton, right? We were just at his mastermind. It's his ability to like integrate his work and his life. It's like, it's just one. It's like my life. And a quote that we use in one of our philosophies is that your life is your business.
Yeah.
You know, like, so look after your business, mind your own business. And that's been something that I've had to figure out over time. But I do notice like a lot of the people I went to school with and a lot of the people I know from my hometown don't think like that. Like I actually don't know if I know anybody in Ireland, like on a personal level, that is like that, who is there. You know, I know Darren, of course, he's the king of asymmetrical returns. He's the one who introduced me to that concept and that particular word. But it's then sitting with it and being okay with exchanging that much money. Because if most people, Like I would say the majority of people who work in the working class have never got more than like $100 an hour. You know, I'd say like a large percentage are under $100 an hour.
Yeah.
So how in God's name do they feel comfortable with asking someone for like 10 grand
Yeah.
for a straight make?
Yeah.
You know, there's just a lot of like internal, emotional, like, but now can I deliver it? Can I actually deliver? Can I return this money to that person? Like, there's a lot going on for them. And I think morally, it's probably coming from a good place. Like morally and ethically, it's probably coming from a good place. But for the talented and skilled people who are out there that can help other people, which are a lot of artists, even hairdressers and barbers, it's like, okay, you just need to see yourself as somebody who can help people on a deeper level.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I think challenging the way that they see money as well. Like what we did this little exercise the other day of like getting down to the point of like what you believe about what certain things are. So many people have so much conviction with what things actually are, and even money. Like, you know, I'm sure we all here think it's just an energy that's transferred, right? And it's, what's that law of thermodynamics? You know, energy can't be destroyed; it just changes form, and it doesn't care how fast it goes, in how much, and where. It doesn't care. And I share this with our group a lot. I'm like, this whole thing, like your story with money, is like a one-sided love affair. You care about it; it doesn't care about you. So like, if that's true, we can reshape and put whatever we want on that story. And there was a great podcast that I watched with a money coach, and she was saying that this whole like, we've made working hard for money noble. When did we do that? And why did we do that? And the only explanation she had was actually a religious explanation. She said it was a get closer to God act. So if you think about this work, you know, we all got told that work hard for your money, work hard. Yeah. Okay, why? Well, it's noble. Why do you want to be noble? So I can get closer to God. Like what?
Yeah.
You know, and so there's a whole like trail there. That's just one story of what a lot of Western culture think money is. Work hard for it because it's noble and everything will work out okay. So something that we have to retrain in our guys, and I shared this a lot at the mastermind this year, the big theme of our stuff was like retraining the feeling of the speed in which things can happen and come to you. Understanding that if money is an energy and it doesn't care how fast it moves, how much it moves, and who to, you're going to be okay and open enough to think, oh, that can be me too. And the speed in which it can come to you can be very fast, very slow, whatever you choose it to be. So I think that would be a lot for an artist to deal with as well. Because again, if we start to follow the perfectionism line, they kind of will meet in the middle, money story and tying self-worth to like output, look how good I am. They kind of both meet in the middle, and there's a bit of a thing to untangle there. So it's very, very interesting. And to that point, if we've only tied our work hard and nobility to a dollar figure per hour, then art's hard to quantify.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if someone just makes a beat and it takes them 5 minutes, they'll be like, surely I can't be paid $1 million for the beat because it only took me 5 minutes. It's like, it's really not the point. It's not the point anymore.
Yeah.
Because we're out of the realm of like dollar for dollar value anymore. Like what is, I don't know, what's anything worth it?
It's so hard. Like I remember,
Yeah.
I used to, as a teacher, I think it was like 23K a year, pounds, maybe less, to be honest, we started. And I remember like maybe 4 months ago, I closed out, within 24 hours, I closed like 27K worth of deals. And like, yeah, closing like up to 20K deals on the phone as well. But yeah, me that long ago, that feeling of like asking for like 20K would have been like, oh. But now that's the weird thing about it, is it doesn't feel any different.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, I wonder how much it is. It's,
Yeah.
and the other example, give a friend who's a hypnotist now, and it's this whole thing of like solve rich people's problems.
Right.
It's not that it's because their time could be like worth more.
Yeah.
They actually want less. So like he was having group programs, all this sort of stuff. And he's always been amazing at what he's done. His skill level, it's always getting better, but it's not that it's suddenly changed drastically that he now can charge more. It's that he's now positioned himself to just help people who are like 8-9 figure earners solve a very simple problem within an hour, and they actually want that. So they want to speak to him twice a month, and they don't want to hear from him. They want to come in, solve the problem, and then I've got my life and busy.
Yeah.
And he's charged like 10, 20x what he was. What he told me he wants to get his hourly rate to is like insane.
It's so cool. I love that. So let's bring speed into that again. So he's solving a problem at speed for them, but he also has to be okay with the speed in which he receives too. So it's like a two-way thing, right? And to your point, like I know people that make what, 20 grand a year. Let's say in the UK, that's probably a common thing. Well, it can take you all year to make 20 grand, or you can make it in an hour. Which one's right? Doesn't matter, because money is an energy. Doesn't care how fast it moves, who it goes to, and by how much. So I think that is powerful. If you can be comfortable with the speed in which things can happen, especially today with the internet, we're a very different life.
Yeah.
Very different life.
Yeah. Well, one of those, of course, is suffering, and then the other one, suffering for the 20K, and then the other one is scamming people for the 20K. Yes, of course. That's the big secret.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard that one.
Yeah.
I've heard that one.
Yeah.
What you do was say, selling by there.
It's the easiest way to like make sense of something though. Like,
Yes.
you know, if someone can't make sense of something, they'll just be like, it's a scam.
Yep.
You know, especially like I feel like where we're from, like that side of the world, it's just, can't be, has to be dodgy.
Yeah.
Like mafia level stuff.
Yeah.
Like can't be real.
But it's because it confronts your perception of what's possible. So your option is you see that and you either go, oh shit, that's possible for someone like me. And then once you know that, you're almost obligated to continue pulling that thread and maybe taking action on discovering how that might be possible. So you either believe, oh shit, that's possible. Or the easier thing, like you said, is to go, well, clearly that's a scam and I would never do that because I'm a good person.
Yeah.
And then it just keeps your reality safe.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a good get out of jail free card, you know.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to do anything if it's a scam because I'm morally convincing myself that I'm right.
Yeah.
You know?
It completely challenges people's perception of what is even going on here as well. That's terrible. I have compassion because it's terrifying for some people.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like, I know in friendship groups when you change or you're going through a personal development journey and all of a sudden your friends, there might be a friend that doesn't quite like it. Oh, Tom, you've changed. Oh, no. It's like, it's not because you're horrible or anything like that, or they don't like you. It's because it's challenging their perception of what the world is. Because the moment things start changing, it's a little bit like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was.
Yeah.
You know, and it disrupts their view of the world.
It's confronting.
So it's scary for some people. Some people are like intimidated by change, or some people welcome change.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on your relationship with.
It's confronting for you, isn't it, of what like is potentially possible for you as well. And again, it's the same thing. Do I change or do I stay the same? And it's it's interesting. I always think this with social media, because you come to Bali, like everyone's kind of been through the same arc of being a bit of an oddball and maybe like losing friendship groups or people being judged. And then you come to Bali and everyone's kind of had the same origin path. Like, oh yeah, it really sucked on my own for a while and I was kind of lonely and everyone thought I was a weirdo. And then you kind of like break through it and then everyone sort of just ends up in Bali. So Thailand, it's like, yeah, that happened to me. Let's be friends. Like, you're from New Zealand and your friends think you're an idiot. Cool. Me too. But I think that one of the challenging things about social media and personal branding and documenting your story, when you're kind of in that breakout phase and kind of unsatisfied with your current life, and you're kind of getting this advice, it's like, well, talk about what you know and, you know, share your new insights. The reason you're changing is because there's some level of dissatisfaction with where you are. And then that's probably manifesting through relationships, your job, which is all people that you work with. So the only thing you can talk about usually is, it's hard for people not to take it personally, because in a way you are being personal to people, because it's the things that you're, you know, dissatisfied with.
Actually, I had a question for you, Tom. So you work with a lot of people now in the context of helping them maybe express that unique skill that they have, or start selling something that they are really good at or passionate about or they feel is their virtue. What are the kind of common roadblocks you see for people, whether it be like mental, emotional?
Yeah.
Where do you see most people kind of?
I think what I see is people not being able to grasp onto things that almost contradictory, but actually necessary. So for example, you get a lot of people who focus on the more woo-woo side of things, the manifestation side of things, and then they kind of oppose the more logical, grinding way of doing things. And then you have the people who focus on the grind who disregard the other side. And the answer is it's usually both. It's like you need the woo with the do. You have to have both of these things. And when like perhaps so I think it goes through like different swings and seasons. What I find is when someone's just breaking out, let's say they're still in their hometown or they're still in corporate, they usually need a little bit more of the woo. They need that expansion of vision. They need that kind of belief. That has to come from somewhere. Then once you've kind of been in it a little bit, you sometimes need a bit more of the do. You need a bit more of the actionable stuff. Okay, let's get some systems in place. We need to know our numbers. That's reasonable. And then again, I don't know if it swings, but I think eventually you kind of find a good balance between both. And one of the things I noticed here is we have a lot of clients who are too focused on kind of like this alignment issue. And I think alignment is very important. I think people get it wrong. So again, we've just been at Bolton's Mastermind, and like that terminology is used, but it's used with nuance, right? And I see a lot of people, they almost refuse to do things because it doesn't feel aligned, but they're using it as kind of like a get out of jail free card, like a bit of a crux, rather than using it as accountability. Like alignment wouldn't necessarily always feel good. People confuse that with like, it needs to feel like every time I open up my laptop, I have an orgasm and like, I'm just so aligned. It's like, it's all just easy. And it's like, no, that's not actually the answer. There is still hard stuff to do. And like one of the things kind of, to say there is like, when you're like, if you, again, and there's nuance with everything, because I do believe that your business should be aligned, and it probably already is, because by virtue of you just doing it, like, so there is some alignment there. And I think what I see a lot is, people get over-focused on it, and really the answer is you're moving, basically to have a business, you need to be in service of someone. And that's kind of what alignment is. It's like, how can I, through my experience, be in service? And then you're kind of in a you kind of solve that problem. What have I done? What have I been through that I can turn into some sort of offer, frameworks, whatever? Okay, you're in alignment. But when you're kind of hyper-focused on your idea of like that alignment comfort, you're actually thinking selfishly. So one's focused on yourself, the other is focused on others. And to have a business, you need to be focused on others. So one question is, how may I serve? And then one question is, what makes me feel good? And again, there is a bit of nuance here with you should do things that kind of enliven your soul and kind of, enrich your life. But I hear that people, what I see is people take that phrase on a surface level. They don't understand it fully and understand that alignment almost comes with like obligation and devotion, and that it's not like butterflies, and it's almost sold that their perception of that is wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's almost like they need to earn the right for alignment in a way.
Yeah.
Like there's certain steps that has to be taken first before like you can get to the point where that lands.
Yeah.
So like I totally agree, and that's what I took from the mastermind too. It's like there's nuance to it.
Yeah.
And he's speaking to a very qualified room.
Yes.
He's not speaking to the masses in that room. He's speaking to people who are already making decent money, already have taken the first steps, are posting the content, are doing the necessary things for the life that they say that they want. Because we have that too, and I see it all the time, especially in the kind of spiritual space. Because my partner, she works with people more on that level. And like that, it just is a get out of jail free card. It's like, no, you still have to do certain things. Like it, I've heard Dan talk about this before, and it's like, it's kind of like a great way to put it is with the gym, thinking about it from the gym perspective. It's like, okay, you say you want to be healthy and fit and have a strong body. There's going to be times where running on a treadmill feels like shit. It's not going to feel aligned that day. But if it's on the program and it's where you want to go, if the mission is clear, if the direction is clear, then sometimes you got to just do what you got to do. And it's like, but there's never, it's the alignment of values and soul driven stuff. It's like, it's running on a treadmill, no matter how hard it gets, it's like, you're never going to feel like you're abandoning yourself from like what you're here to do.
Yeah.
Because
it's alignment with values and alignment with virtues. You're bang on. Yeah. That's a good way.
That's probably the way that it is. It's more like is this eating me up inside because I know I don't really want to do this, or this isn't the best way I can serve? And that's back to like the service again. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a deep kind of spiritual thing of that too, is like being careful you don't let alignment make you a victim of circumstance. Because some people are saying, I can only be okay if everything is exactly how I want it to be. It's disempowering way to live. It illuminates that you have work to do. Because if, you know, again, it's like, where does your confidence come from? Is it like from your environment, or is it from you? Waiting for alignment to show up is a little bit disempowering. Now, does it mean that you should just tolerate anything that comes your way? No. But there's a great line that we were speaking about last night, and a monk taught me, is like, do everything with joyful action. You know, it's like, can you move with joyful action? Yeah, not everything's going to feel good. But I think as long as you're joyfully taking action, working towards the thing that you would prefer to have. Again, the words are important. Want, I don't ever ask people, like, what do you want? Nobody knows what they want. And it's a very like black and white solid thing. Because my question then, if someone says, I want this, my question is, are you going to be okay if you don't get it? You kind of have to be. So if we can work out like what you would like your life to prefer your life to look like, then let's take joyful action to get to that point. You're never a victim of circumstances. Like, and I love the point that you said of being of service. And I think that's the fine line that Eoin and I walk. It's like sometimes, yeah, there's certain audiences that we get annoyed with, but we're still in service. And that will always be a part of great coaching and great teaching, is you're in service to people, and people are always going to need help.
It's the quickest way to get out of like even depression. Like if you think of depression, it's oftentimes like a deep focus on self. And like one of the quickest ways out of it is to take that focus off yourself onto someone else. And like just give. And it sounds like, you know, I'm not saying like any of us, particularly like, you know, saints or whatever, but so you can pick up someone shopping for them. You just do a little thing. And like, I've never ever had that not feel amazing for me. It's like
100%. That's the paradox, right? It's like that whole self-protection. It came up at the mastermind in our crew. There was a guy in our crew who was a little bit in his own head, very self-protecting. But the moment you switch, you know, again, what Pat was talking about, he took the words out of my mouth, you know, switch nervous with service. It's like, all of a sudden you are focusing on other, but some people say, but what about me? It's like, no, that takes care of you. It becomes like a beautiful.
So that is the energy. So you want to talk about abundance. The energy of abundance is giving, because I have more than enough, that it's, there you are.
And there will always be enough.
So that's actually the energy of it. So as soon as you're like kind of stuck in that alignment, you're in the nervous, like, what is it? Me, lack. And it's like, get out of that, give. You've got enough, like, so you can share, and then it will come back to you.
90% of people who use the word alignment are spiritually bypassing. There's it's spiritual bypassing. It's like just using a word that they know they can get away with. And it's like, but if you're broke and you have no money, you can't do what it is you want to do, it's like, you don't have the right for alignment yet. There's just certain amount of things you have to do before you get to that point. And it's funny we bring this up. I had that conversation with my girlfriend once. Like, it was before Christmas, and she was in kind of a tricky spot with her business. She wanted to help someone and give someone money. And she asked me if I could give her the money, and I said no. And I was just like, no, because like, you need to learn to hunt to get it yourself. I want to teach you a lesson here. I was like, of all the stuff that you have, she had loads of things that she could have packaged up and sold and helped people with. I was like, you're just being fucking selfish. And I like went fairly like
Starting on that,
I was like, you're being fucking selfish. All you're thinking about is yourself. You got all this amazing stuff that you can help people with. Fucking do it. And like that's what's going to give you the funds and the money that you need. And then she did her biggest month ever in business, because she just took that information and went and did it. And I said it to one of our clients the other day as well. There's a guy who's starting to like share his personal brand story, and like he's into running and he wants to go down that road. And he was afraid of like showing up online and sharing that thing. And I was just like, this might sound a little bit harsh, but you're just being fucking selfish. Like, all you're worried about right now is yourself. Like, and that's the energy it's coming from too. So then it will never be received by others. It's like,
what part of privilege we speak about all the time, like privilege problems, man. How privileged are we to worry about, is this how I'm going to do it? Or is this how
Yeah.
I'm privileged? Like,
Yeah.
has it always been that way? You
Yeah.
know, like not that long ago, you didn't really have a choice.
Yeah.
And then a bit before that, hunter-gatherer, I know that's miles away, but it's like you didn't really have a choice. Like your ultimate goal was to keep yourself and your family alive. Like it's such a privileged problem to be like, no, nah, I don't want to help those people that way.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's a, and look, again, it doesn't mean like tolerate. You know, you're resilient. You know, people are like, I'm resilient though, I can do it. It's like, yeah, your resilience can turn into tolerance, and then you're just gonna have a shit life anyway.
Yeah.
But you know, just choosing to be of service, and I love to bring into this like conscious choice models as well. Like, and that is a little bit of like a more of a selfish kind of life model, but at the same time, at least you just get to choose everything that you do
Yeah.
based on how you would prefer things to be,
Yeah.
not how you want things to be, how you prefer them to be,
Yeah.
and move from joyful action.
Yeah.
And life just gets a hell of a lot lighter.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is, yeah, okay, maybe that bit's not quite how I want it, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like, I mean, there's two things to say. Like one line I like to say about the kind of the deeply aligned thing. Like I always think it's the same. If I'm sitting there asking myself, like, am I deeply aligned? It's the same question as, I wonder if I could suck myself off. Like it's the same sort. I mean, like, that's how I kind of don't partner those. And then like to piggyback off kind of what you were saying with like, cause there's always this thing that's like, well, am I being selfish with like this alignment? It's the way I like to think about it is in terms of missions. Like as people here, we have our overarching, you know, kind of reason for being here, I guess. And will we ever know that? Maybe not. But you can set yourself missions that you're passionate about. And there's a great, I think David Dida talks about this way of the superior man. It's like the onions, like the layers of purpose are like the layer of onions. And it's like whatever is on your heart, whatever is kind of painful in your life, whatever, you know, your mess is your message, like your pain becomes your purpose. That's the angle to dig into now. And just so that kind of like finding your offer, finding direction, you can feel into it. And it's like, wow, this is here it is. And all your job is to do, if that's inspiring you to talk, if that's inspiring you to help in a certain way, just do that. And then eventually the mission will be complete. And then your job is to, okay, well, I think, you know, I've made some materials here. There's some frameworks. People can still get access to that. And then you sit, you reflect, and then, you know, what's on your heart, what's on your soul, and you feel into it. And rather than thinking of it as one overarching purpose of my life and my business needs to reflect that, it's like, what's the mission right now?
Yeah.
And the mission can last 20 days. A mission can last a year, you know?
So good. One of the words that you brought up was virtue. And one of our personality coaches, she helps us with the difference between passion and virtue. We hear passion all the time. What are you passionate about?
Yeah. It's almost a bit of a trigger word.
Yeah, actually. I hear it. I think I'm just kind of drawing the dots out. Alignment is a little bit like passion.
Yeah.
People are waiting for the, what's the thing? What's the thing?
Yeah.
And the way she shared it with us is like, passion is fleeting. You're never going to feel passionate all the time. You're never going to feel aligned all the time. So that's fragile by design, to only wait and think, yes, I can do it. Now I'm aligned. Now I'm passionate. What she really says is work from virtue. You know, so virtue is the soul's work. Passion is the ego's work. And it's like, and the ego is it's just fleeting, right? And the way I kind of went home and I was thinking about that, and I was like, okay, it doesn't mean I have to get rid of passion. I think as long as the virtue is there, I am in service. I am of service to people. Well, I kind of say I'm in service to myself so that I can be of service to others, and it starts that reciprocal process. But then I'm going to use passion to get the job done according to the mission of where I'm at the time. You know? And it's a very it's very settling, because it's like, well, okay, the mission, the deep thing is there, the virtue's there.
Yeah.
But let me use these moments of passion and alignment to get the job done and keep it going.
Which is kind of like, that's devotion, right? And like devotion is very different from passion. And this is where it comes into like, this is where like business and spirituality always like are doing this, because business forces you to confront yourself and confront your weak areas. And that's what spirituality is. It's the same thing. Having business is like the most spiritual thing you can do, because like any internal work that you haven't done is showing up in your business and now being reflected back to you. So it's like, okay, I need to work on that shit. And then it's a constant spiral of having a business. I think having a kid, not that I've done it. I think it's just those things, getting in shape. Those are some of the most spiritual things you can do. Like, in front. And one of the things there with devotion is that devotion has its kind of boundaries and limits. So the example I like to give is, we often hear about like 7 deadly sins. And I grew up Christian and kind of was aware of a lot of this. And I think Christians particularly get this idea or this concept wrong, is this idea that there's certain things that if you do, you're judged for, and therefore you end up in hell. Too bad, you terrible sinner. Whereas I spoke to a Muslim friend actually a couple of years ago, and he kind of introduced me into this concept or way of thinking. That I was asking him about praying 4 times a day. I was like, 5 times a day. I was like, that's interesting. And he was saying, it's for me. It's like the framework, the rules are for me. I'm grateful for it. There's 5 opportunities a day I get to go on my hands and knees and be grateful, or to ask for guidance and to connect to God. And he's like, on the outside, people are like, that sounds like rules and rigid. But for me, that devotion to it gives me a great deal of freedom and sense of expansion and whatever in my life. And I think the same thing's true of like 7 deadly sins within Christianity. It's more, rather than something you're judged for, it's much more a idea of, hey, you can be lustful, go for it. However, if you go over here and you produce these lustful actions, it will swing back and there'll be these results that will come that you're probably, karma. It's like, it's going to swing back, every cause and effect. And it's like, you can go and be lustful, you can go and be greedy, but it's going to create this disturbance in your life that's like going to be probably quite painful. You can do it. I'm a loving God. I'm an all like loving God. You can do what you want. You're going to learn. And like the devotion is, it's not that you're not doing those sins or that greed or whatever it is, that lust, because you're like scared out of fear. It's like, that's the gift. It's like, stay within these lines and look how amazing you'll feel, and your life will be fruitful. And it's not like rigid rules. It's just wisdom. It's like certain things produce certain results. Maybe stay away from it, or don't, whatever. You're doing the thing, the punishment will be the effect. Like,
it's a pendulum, isn't it? And on either side of the pendulum is pain. So it's like trying to like have both, like you were talking earlier about. It's not separate. It's not this or this. It's like, how can we integrate all of it? And back to Leigh's point there of like, passion is the work of the ego. Virtue is the work of the soul. Like, there's going to be times where you could be on a virtuous path and things aren't going to feel aligned, feelings wise. They could be aligned, but they might not feel aligned. And sometimes it's the discomfort or the obstacle that actually is the way, right? Like we said, we had a couple of clients wanting to leave the program this morning. It's like, we could say that's not aligned, but how do we know? How here we are trying to make up fucking scenarios for like what we think is aligned and what isn't. It's all just human fabrication. And when I think about the conversation so far, it's like, what really has caused all of this? And I think it's the birth of the internet. The internet's amazing for so many things, but people are unsure at all times on the internet. Someone can just go on your profile and essentially stalk you and binge you. So people aren't, this would be something I would implore people to think about, even for myself, is, are we showing up with alignment there, or are we showing up for how we want people to perceive us when we are on show? Because is it aligned, or is it like the alignment of how you want people to see you?
So thoughts there, taking it more tactical, because this is a great point. It's another block that people get. It's like, we often brand ourselves as we wish we were perceived by others. It's like, I would be like to be perceived like this. However, again, if you frame it back to service, whoever you're serving, the way you brand yourself online is, your job is to be digestible and consumable, as easily digestible and consumable for them. That's it. Like, it doesn't matter if like you don't want to be called a coach. How can you be consumed? And this is like where a lot of people get stuck, is like in their bios. The amount of people like pulling their hair out with the bio, like, I haven't found the perfect characters to describe my essence and core as a human. It's like, make yourself digestible, or just write nothing at all, or just write things you're interested about. I talk about spirituality, podcasts, and relationships. Okay, people can digest that, like, but to your point, it's like, we often like want to be perceived a certain way. It's like, I am a magician, abundance, light, alchemist. Like,
what?
Watch it out.
What? Yeah.
And it does the opposite to what you actually wanted to do, which is to relate and have resonance. And that's why I struggle with labels quite a lot,
Yeah.
down to that like level of belief systems. It's like the labels can so become our limits.
Yeah.
You know, and like I just don't really love the question when people ask like, what do you do?
Yeah.
And I don't love that question.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's too complex of a thing to answer.
Yeah. What do you do? Who are you? Like, that's the biggest, no one actually knows. Like, that's the biggest thing ever, right? Like, no one actually knows, like, who you are, what's going on. Yeah, it's the biggest question ever. It's like I see it online at the moment as well. Jordan Peterson's getting a lot of shit because people keep asking him, like, people keep wanting him to say, like, they keep asking me, you a Christian? And, like, they want him to say yes or no. And he, like, really struggles with that. And then you have, like, the Christians on one camp being like, the true Christian would, like, claim Jesus.
Jump at it, yeah.
Like, Christ here. And it's like, can we just give someone a bit of grace who's, like, grappling with the hardest question that none of us actually know? It's like, yes, you should have faith. And I believe he's done more to kind of help young men and people for such a long period of time. And just give him a bit of grace. He's like, he's grappling with something. This is the human experience. Like, why are we here? What is going on? And when you ask him, do you believe in God? For him and the way he thinks about it, that's a hugely complex question, you know? So, it's an interesting one with how do you answer that question? What do you do?
It depends who I'm speaking to, but
Yeah.
generally speaking, I'll just retreat to a label.
Yeah.
To make it digestible, to be like, I'm a barber, or I work in the hair industry, or that has been the thing for now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, we used to teach a lot of skill set stuff, like skill set workshops. And like something that we would agree upon was like a universal understanding of what everything meant. Not because we believed it to be fact, but because it just made the day easier.
Yeah.
So I think that we're at a weird point in the world right now where we're challenging what things mean. Doesn't always mean it's going to make it easier for a bit. And I think it's just like anything, names, labels, definitions, it was all there. It's all put there most of the time for universal understanding to kind of make life easier. I'd like to think.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's a cup.
Yeah.
If we all sat here and debated what that was, even the color of it, it's a black cup. It's like, if we all just like, nah, it's like, well, that's going to be a really hard day.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's just taking labels with the pinch of salt. Is like you said, they're digestible. You know, can you quickly identify, oh, that person does that?
Yeah.
And then not getting married. It's just not getting married to the label. And it doesn't explain the whole puzzle or something.
Yeah.
But it's like an easily digestible, identifiable thing.
And being okay was like, you can digest me how you need to digest me.
Yeah.
It's none of my business how you digest me. Put me in the box you need to put me in.
In the past, I've just been like, I'm a human who just does stuff, like, and if it's been that level, or I'll give it the label. But yeah, sometimes I think depending on the person, could we be undershooting by not stepping fully into like what we actually do?
Yeah.
So for example, it's like for example, it's like when we reach like someone like Dan. This is a good way to think about it. Someone like Dan, like what would he say? You know, what do you do? Would he say he's a coach, or would he?
Yeah.
Like what would you say in that scenario?
I see he's a business. It's like a mentor. He's just a mentor. Yeah. I'd keep it broad with him. I think that's the thing is if you don't know what you are, just keep it broad and allow people to fill in the blanks themselves.
Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah.
Let them make their mind up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be my bio. Human. You do the rest.
Human, figure it out. Yeah.
Figure it out.
Work it out, right?
Yeah. That's exactly it.
So, to that point, do you think that's why people struggle with content?
Yeah.
They just don't. They're worried about what it's going to say to people, or how people are going to perceive them, or what box they're going to put them in, or if it's not quite how I want people to see me.
Yeah.
Like,
I think like content without context can be hard. That's why having an offer in the back end is helpful because you kind of know what you're speaking about.
Or indirect, you know where people are going to go next.
Yeah.
It has a purpose.
I love Gary Vee's take on like the internet and just social media at large. Like, you know, there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, social media is to blame for like how kids are or how people are." It's like He flips it. He goes, no, so social media and the internet just reveals human behavior.
Yeah.
That's how I like to look at it. It's like, what's it revealing right now about the human condition? That's really interesting.
Yeah.
The fact that people don't want to post or so consumed or whatever it might be, that reveals an element of the human condition like right now.
Yeah.
And that's really fascinating.
Yeah.
It's like anything,
It's a reflection. Yeah.
What does overconsumption mean? Well, people are distracted. What are they distracted from? Their pain. I can immediately have compassion for that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so I'm just going to be a bit more conscious about what I put out into the world, and maybe there's a different message that I can help people because I've noticed that. And vice versa. Why wouldn't people want to post that's a revealer of their condition? Like, oh, they're afraid of something or confused about something. So yeah, I try not to like blame any of it because again, I become a victim of circumstance, but it really does reveal a lot about human behavior. It just helps me to understand people.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I don't want people to be consumed, it's equally the way that I make money.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and then if people are going to consume, which we all do, it's like, okay, can I be more mindful of what they consume from me? You know, so.
Yeah. It's that paradox, isn't it? Like put yourself, for me anyway, it's like I'm online making my money so I can be offline living my life. You know, I think it's that when you start to view like Instagram, YouTube as a tool rather than rather than like a medium to consume. I think that's when the change flips, and I'm being unattached to how you're like, everyone's gonna have their opinion about me. Okay, whatever, do it for fun. Like,
because at best it's a digital replica of this world, right?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, well, use it so. Like, it's just a tool, right?
Yeah.
It's just it's never going to beat this. It's never going to be this.
Yeah.
At best, this is just a digital replica. And I'm starting to blur the lines a lot between what it is and what it isn't, you know, especially with acquisition, like with our guys, there's a lot of people that we help who have boots on the streets, service-based brick and mortar businesses, you know, and they struggle with where the internet fits in with that. You know, all businesses need people. It's just another acquisition tool. Like you would meet someone on the street, you now get a chance to meet someone on the internet. It's the same thing, right? It's just a digital replica. So
that's amazing. If you've got a message and you've got something you want to put out, it's like someone said that about podcasts as well. It's like you get to have a coffee with 1,000, 2,000 people, and that's impact. It's like, do you want to have impact? Then this is what you got to do right now. And it's funny, like we have all these rules of acquisition, and like Instagram is brand new. It's funny that we have all these systems around it now.
I know.
Funnels, it's like, it's just insane. Like it's almost been, the online space is becoming so almost like corporate. Like online entrepreneurship is becoming the new 9 to 5 in a way. The new matrix. There's so many rules now. Before it was just, fudge, you could use this to reach people and maybe you could sell a product and like fit it all together. Now there's a whole workflow of system and the courses and it's insane.
Yeah, and it's all new. Like that's what came up for me during the conversation so far. Is like, it's actually not that old. Like we're in the generation where we first started going on the internet. Like where it became something. I think in 100 years from now, like what the internet's going to be like versus what it is now. Like it's still in its infancy in the grand scheme of things. You know, I grew up in a time where it didn't exist at all. So again, we're still just making it up.
We're just literally making it up. It's so funny,
So like, then why is anybody worried about rights and wrongs and this and that? Because the genius then is being suppressed in people. Maybe they're capable of more than they realize, and so are we, you know?
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, it's cool.
I love it.
A philosophical conversation about content.
Always.
Yeah. How cool.
We're having fun.
Yeah.
Life's good.
Life is good, yeah.
I'm excited for you guys. Excited to see this next season as well.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Going to a new season.
Yeah.
The content will definitely shift.
Yeah.
Feel more aligned.
Feel more aligned, I'm going to look at your content and be like, he's so aligned right now. Like,
oh, that's giving alignment.
That's the thing, is like, that is the word to describe it. They say, as long as you don't get caught up in that, just masturbation of it, like that's the, that's the thing.
Victim of circumstance.
Awesome.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah. Cheers for the chat, Tom.
Appreciate it. This has been fun. A pleasure.
Love you guys.
Thank you, man.
You guys, you got it. Got the reverb. Fuck yeah.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Come on.